yes, Fallout 76, a game that just can't seem to shake off its rocky launch and dire reputation. The game has changed drastically during its initial 2018 launch, and I feel new players or disgruntled players of the past should at least pick this game back up. Now, of course, don't get me wrong, there's some things I just can't defend about the game. Like its egregious Fallout Fare system. Like, why does this even need to be in the game? But, considering how cheap the game is and what free updates the game has gone, I feel I can give Bethesda some credit for fixing and making the game a bit more better and more friendly for new players and old players. So in this video I'm just going to be discussing 5 reasons why you should try or retry Fallout 76 again. But before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by Ace Defenders. Ace Defenders is a high quality masterpiece combining authentic turn-based RPG battles with a tower defense element. The game has a traditional RPG storyline with 40 plus chapters and nearly 2,000 levels. The story is about a rebellion in a dragon clan, threatening the balance of good and evil in the world. Our hero, Alpedia the Silver Dragon Princess, escaped with the Creation Crystal to save the human lands. And there she awoke the Creation Crystal to summon heroes to fight evil, with your help. There are 5 hero factions: Divine, Demon, Shadow, Nature, Light, with deep hero background stories. And with 48 heroes, there is at least 2 new heroes released every 2 weeks. You can level up, combine heroes and equip gear to create more powerful lineups. There's multiple game mode speeds from 1x speed to 2x speed or 4x speed gameplay mode to speed up or slow down the action. The game has vast amount of content for new players to engage with, such as an expedition mode, explore dungeons and regions and engage in trials to level up your heroes and to collect rare items. Feeling up to the challenge? Why not gauge into the PvP side of the game? You can fight players on your server or across multiple servers with multiple lineups. New users who download the game will get 10 Royal Recruit tickets after completing level 2-8. You can use the tickets by clicking Sky, City, Tavern, Recruit ×10. The game has a generous amount of daily rewards for you to earn, just by simply logging in and playing the game. Make sure you log in every day, heroes, to earn that awesome reward. So heroes, do you think you've got what it takes? Can you stop the evil threat and bring peace upon the lands? Then download Ace Defenders, click the link in the description, and I'll see you in game. Number 1. Level scaling. So, if you're one of those few people that played the game when it launched, the enemy's level will just fluctuate depending on what part of the map you was just exploring. So, you're just a level 5 wandering around in the middle of the map when all of a sudden, level 50 super mutants would just ambush you. Now with level scaling implemented into the game, you can now wander the wastelands without worrying about being punished depending on your level. The second point I'd like to make is quality of life changes. Okay, so before when the game launched, if you picked a special stat, well, congratulations, you are now stuck with it. So then eventually Bethesda updated it and allowed players to swap their special perks. But in order to do so, you would have to sacrifice one of your levels up. So if I wanted to move one special ability to another, I would have to have leveled up. But now, once you've hit level 25, you can change your special points at any time. No catch, no cost. So that means players are encouraged to change their stats and try different abilities. You can simply do this by going to one of the major cities, train stations, or building the card machine in your camp. Now, again, I know what you're thinking. Why is this even a point? I guess the argument I'm trying to make here is that Bethesda are listening and they are trying to change the game and add more quality of life features. Another quality of life feature they've added recently is auto lock. Woo! Yeah! Woo! What? You wondering why is this a point, even though other games have had it? Let's move on. The third point I'd like to make is the story. The game has a growing storyline and is slowly getting updated. So new players and returning players now have the luxury to dig into the Foundation/Raider storyline and also the Brotherhood of Steel storyline. Now the storyline's okay, it's not going to wow you and drag you in like New Vegas' storyline, but it's a start. and of course the player can change certain outcomes of the story depending on who they choose and what sides they pick. The game is also getting a free new update which takes us outside Appalachia, and it looks promising. The game also still has its vanilla storyline, which was heavily criticised for just being tapes and no NPCs to interact with.
The feedback was, when we say there are no NPCs. Okay, so that's one of the big differences that we really leaned on, which is every human, every character you see is a real person.
Yeah.
But there are still robots and terminals and holotapes. If you see a lot of the quests we do in Fallout 4 that are kind of this found world quest thing, we still do all of that.
Okay.
I mean, me personally, I kind of liked the story. I mean, there is a reason why there's no NPCs, which the story does tell you, but the storyline reminded me a lot like Halo's ODST story, where you, the character, is just essentially piecing the story together with tapes and certain items that you found. And of course, when you eventually piece the story together, you find out there was a virus that plagued the wait a minute. Why does that sound familiar? Wait, never mind. Let's move on. Point number 4 I'd like to make is the scoreboard. Now, the scoreboard, or the battle pass, however you would like to call it, is probably one of the best renditions of a battle pass I've seen in a video game. It's easy to follow and it's easy to earn for new and old players. You get some really nice gear that, I mean, to be fair, Bethesda could charge you for, but people can earn it for free. You get some nice clothes, nice equipment, and you can also earn atoms, the in-game currency. So to earn score points, players just have to complete dailies and weeklies, which are quite easy and simple to complete. What's great as well is once you've completed your weeklies and dailies, you can still grind out the battle pass by just killing enemies or completing dailies. Now the 5th point I'd like to make is new free updates. The game is constantly changing and getting new updates and content for you to sink your teeth into. Each year the game gets 4 quarterly updates. And with each of those quarterly updates, there's a new battle pass, so you can earn some new gear or some new loot. With the new year upon us, we'll get to see what Bethesda has in store for us. Of course, we already know of the new storyline that's due to be released, and there's also rumours of an arena. And what's great about these new updates is even when you're fully satisfied with the game, it gives new and returning players a chance to try out the new content and see what's in store for them. And eventually, once they allow community mods, that's when I feel the game will really shine.
Eventually!
So, ladies and gentlemen, those are my 5 points. Now, I know most of these points I cover today should have really been in 2018's launch of the game. And I agree, but I guess the point I'd like to make today is the game is getting updated and has a decent amount of content to keep you entertained. Plus, with the game being on Game Pass, the game is really cheap to pick up, and with a new story mode due next year, you'd be kinda hard pressed not to at least give it a try, to at least keep you tied over until Starfield launches next year. If you made it to the end of the video, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I appreciate that you've watched my video. If you did like the video, please let me know. If you didn't, again, still let me know, because I do read the comments and I do take the feedback on board. Thank you so much. My 2 pence. See you in the next video. /meme.